Hello everyone, my name is Lucas. Today's video is going to be about oil, the liquid gold. With all the discussion about oil prices going up, going down, meetings here, meetings there, is today, is tomorrow, is the next week, when is the right time to invest? One of the major things that this video is going to touch on are what companies and what stocks are going to benefit when oil decides to go back up. Hopefully this video will provide you an outlook on current oil prices and their futures. If you haven't already, hit that like button. It'll help out tremendously. More content similar to this will continue to flow. See what I did there? Flow, oil. This isn't the first time that oil has put a ripple in our history. On March 8th, Saudi Arabia announced that it was going to be cutting oil prices to its customers, specifically Europe, Asia, and the United States. On Monday, March 9th, those headlines absolutely exploded onto the news front, especially in the stock market. It caused a huge ripple in the market. The talk of $20 a barrel, $19 a barrel started coming out, and it really put a hurt on the stock market, especially oil. Consequently, oil itself and its futures began to plunge, and oh did they ever. Both oil and the coronavirus were fighting to be the top of the headlines. It was almost as if the world was in the middle of a boxing ring, and you had heavyweight coronavirus on one side, and you had heavyweight oil prices on the other side. And when in the middle, the world was just taking blow after blow. One significant date that is occurring this week is Thursday, April 9th. And most people are like, well, it's just a Thursday. Well, the significance behind this Thursday is that OPEC is meeting. Supposedly it's an emergency get-together. It was planned for originally Monday, but it got pushed back to Thursday. And the significance behind this is that Saudi Arabia and Russia are both going to be at the table. They're going to potentially reduce the production that they're pushing out. Rumors are is that it was going to be cut back 10 million. Do we really know at this point? Not really. From an investor standpoint, I would say that we are hoping for a cutback. When the cutback occurs, what's going to happen is we should see the prices in oil jump, both futures and just the typical price of crude oil. Now that we're caught up on the history lesson, I'm going to kind of talk to you about how this is significant for an investor, or as an investor. Touched on with that meeting that's going to occur on Thursday, there's a chance that those oil prices are going to spring up, which is going to help out companies that you invest in, specifically oil. It's more than likely going to help out the market as well. I would definitely say currently oil prices were floating around 52-week lows. A lot of the companies that you would be investing in that are dabbling in oil were definitely near the 52-week lows. You can go back and look, for example, Chevron, ConocoPhillips, ExxonMobil. Those are just a few companies to name, and specifically stocks to name. Those were definitely near their 52-week lows. As an investor, we're starting to see that rebound. We're starting to see that bounce back. And as an investor, this is a great time to start putting money into those companies, especially with the chance that the barrels of oil get reduced. And then that's a good chance that you'll start to see the prices of oil with these companies increase. In early January, some of February, and I would say at the latest, early March, I started to invest into quite a few oil companies. To name a few, I got into Chevron pretty early. I got into ConocoPhillips, ExxonMobil, Continental Resources. Recently, I got into Marathon Oil and Occidental. Guys, and as investors, we have to think bigger picture. And what I mean by that is we have to think about the economic blows that are involved with oil. So the coronavirus, it is not allowing people to travel. Many people are on lockdown. Many people are stuck at home. So there's not a lot of travel going on. Most airlines are shut down. Not a lot of travel is occurring. Everything that I've named so far utilizes oil in some way. We have to even think bigger than that. How many farmers across the Midwest are being affected by the stay-at-home orders or not being able to utilize heavy machinery. But even if we set aside the coronavirus, even if we set aside Russia and Saudi Arabia's oil war, eventually at some point all this is going to get resolved, and eventually oil prices will return. With that, as an investor, these are still key times to get into companies like I just listed. Majority of these companies that I listed pay a dividend, and this is a huge benefit, especially when it comes to stocks, whether it's quarterly or monthly. And I believe majority of these stocks that I've listed pay a quarterly dividend. To wrap this video up, these are just some ideas, some things that I hope you can think about as an investor, and some companies that maybe you want to look into. I said before, hopefully you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please leave a thumbs up. And if you do enjoy this content and this type of stuff, please subscribe to the channel. It'll help out tremendously. And like I always say, have a good day.